They said he was nothing, a boy torn from his homeland, sold like an object, branded by fate, forgotten by history. But history was wrong, because that boy would one day become a king. The wind howls across the endless steppe. A young child runs, free, fearless, until the sound of hooves shatters everything. Raiders, fire, screams swallowed by the night. And in a single moment, his world ends. He is captured, chained, reduced to a price, sold in distant markets where men don't have names, only value. This is where the world meets Baybars, not as a king, not as a warrior, but as a slave. They call them Mamluks, slave soldiers, bought, trained, broken, then rebuilt into weapons. Baybars is different. There's something in his eyes, something that refuses to kneel. Even when beaten, he watches. Even when silenced, he learns. Steel clashes, blood spills, years pass like shadows, and slowly, the boy disappears. What rises in his place is something far more dangerous. He becomes a warrior, not just strong but ruthless, calculated. In a world where loyalty is fragile and power is taken, not given, Baybars begins to rise. But destiny doesn't wait. It arrives in the form of an unstoppable storm. The Mongols, led by the legacy of Genghis Khan. Cities burn before them. Empires collapse. No army has ever stopped them. And now, they are coming for the Islamic world. For Egypt. For everything. Fear spreads faster than fire. But Baybars does not fear. He prepares. The year is 1260. The battlefield, Ain Jalut. Baybars stands among warriors, but he is not like them. He doesn't just fight battles. He reads them. He understands the enemy. And for the first time, the Mongols face something they've never encountered before. Strategy, deception, a trap. The battle begins. Dust rises like smoke from the earth. Arrows darken the sky. Steel meets steel in a storm of chaos. Baybars leads a daring assault, then retreats. The Mongols chase. They think they are winning, but they are walking into something far worse. An illusion. Hidden forces emerge. The trap snaps shut. And suddenly, the invincible are vulnerable. For the first time in history, the Mongols fall. Ain Jalut becomes more than a battle. It becomes a turning point of the world. And at its center was a man who was once a slave. But victory comes at a cost. Power shifts, leaders fall, and in the shadows of triumph, ambition rises. Baybars is no longer just a warrior. He is a force, a man who understands that survival is not enough. To truly be free, you must rule. The throne of Egypt stands within reach. But thrones are not given. They are taken. Allies become obstacles. Trust becomes a weapon. And in a world of betrayal, Baybars plays the game better than anyone. Cold, precise, unstoppable. And then, it happens. The slave becomes sultan, crowned not by birthright, but by blood, war, and will. As ruler, Baybars transforms the empire. He rebuilds what was broken, fortifies what was weak, and hunts down every threat, internal and external. The Crusaders, the remnants of Mongol forces, enemies who once saw him as nothing, now whisper his name in fear. But power has a cost. The higher you rise, the more enemies you create. And Baybars knows this, because he was once the lowest of them all. He rules with strength, with intelligence, with an iron grip that refuses to loosen. But deep inside, there is still that boy, the one who lost everything, the one who learned that mercy is a luxury the world rarely allows. Years pass, victories stack like monuments. His name echoes across lands and generations. A legend, conqueror, a king. But even kings are not immortal. In the end, it isn't a battlefield that claims him, not an army, not an enemy, but something quieter, something inevitable. And just like that, the storm fades, but his story does not, because history remembers power, but legends remember transformation. A boy who was sold became a warrior who was underestimated, defeated the unstoppable, and a slave who refused to accept his fate became a king. This is the story of Baybars, not just a ruler, but proof that even in the darkest beginnings, a legend can rise.